Hi everyone! Have you checked out the new paper pumpkin kits? Are you wondering what they're about? Hi, I'm Angela Palmer from Stamp with Angela, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the May paper pumpkin kit. So if you haven't seen what paper pumpkin is, or you're not sure, I'll tell you a little about it and then I'll show you this month's kit. So this is something that has been happening for several years in America, and in April it began in the South Pacific. This is a subscription-based card kit that you can get each month sent directly to you, and it's a surprise. You get a little sneak peek of what kind of the theme or whatever it is, but you don't know exactly what's inside. So it's the excitement of getting something new each month that you get to play and create some cards. Now with your kit, you'll get some the last two kits have been 3 different designs, 3 of each. So you get the card bases, the envelopes, you get an ink spot and stamps and other bits and pieces. What I'll do is I'll show you it to you soon. And you can see what it's like. And you can make the cards as it is or change it up. So why don't I show you the kit and explain what it is, and then we'll show you the cards and make some more. All right, so here we go, paper pumpkin. So what you'll get is a box like this, and it's delivered to you and all your goodies are inside. So this is the one that we have for May. So the theme is sparkling celebrations, and this is the instructions. It shows you what you need for each card and then how to make them. And if you didn't realize, on the back it shows you all the things that are in the kit. It also has the colors, so if you're wanting to add extra cardstock and things, you can see what colors it is. So this one includes Blackberry Bliss, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Hydrangea Hue, one of the new colors, Melon Mambo, Misty Moonlight, Night and Navy, Pumpkin Pie, Black and Silver. And this is what the stamp set looks like as well. So let's take a look. Now I've already opened my box and it's a little bit messy, but I'll show you some of the things that are inside. Right, so because it's your first one, you get this little welcome flyer and then learn to stamp. So it shows you how to get the stamps off and use them in English there. So this is the stamp set. That one's from an old one. So here you've got wishing you happiness, or you could see it clearer on here. Wishing you happiness, the little fireworks, the stars, that kind of bush thing, time to celebrate and you're invited. Okay, then with your kit, you will get a little ink spot. So we've got one here in Misty Moonlight. You'll get some tape and some little dimensionals. You'll get some card. Oh, and the first kit you'll get your block. Now I've got some die cut or pre-cut pieces here ready for my for my sentiments and things. So we'll push a couple of those out ready. And you've got other die cuts and things. So there's this very cool one here with the windows. You've got all the lanterns and fireworks and some of the lights for each of the cards. Here's my dimensionals. I'll keep that out. So let me show you the cards in the kit, and then we're going to make something else. All right, so where's the instructions? We'll just kind of do it in order. So card number 1 is this one here with the lights and the lanterns and things. So this is a you're invited, but you don't have to use that sentiment. You could use one of the others or something else that you've got. All right, so a little bit of stamping. This is stamped at the bottom with this stamp here. Obviously I've stamped my sentiment, and then the lamp and the lights have been added on, which adds a bit of dimension to the card. So fairly straightforward to make, but we're still adding to it. All right, the second card is the cool one with the fireworks. So this is it here. So the card base starts off like this. Now it's front and back. What was this one? Yeah, that had the stars on it too. And you'll see that silver. So that's pretty cool. And then you're using this die cut, kind of like this, and then the small fireworks. And there's another bigger one like that too that I put on. So they're put on with dimensionals. And then in my little shape, which I had, I've stamped time to celebrate. Oops, we don't want that dimensional. And put that behind too. Now in the pack is also some embellishments. So you've got a nice silver sparkle in the center of each of those as well. So that's pretty cool. Now the third card is very cool. So this is the card base. And they do it on both sides. So if you wanted to, you could cut that and put it onto another card base, and then you could use that for another card, which is cool. So we've got this, we've got our lanterns in the different sizes, big, the 2 and the little one. So they are put on. And then we've got our window. Okay. So the window has tape all around it. Just trying to. So it comes like this. You poke all these bits out, put tape around the edge, and then adhere it down, lining it up nicely. And then the lanterns are put behind, so they're looking like they're coming. You can see them in the window. And if I gently open it, I don't know if you can tell, they're dimensionalized, so they've got a little bit of dimension. And then our little windowsill is where our sentiment is. So these are really, really cool. Yeah, a bit of stamping, a bit of dimension. What are your thoughts? Sorry, I haven't turned the comments on. Let me have a look. So who have we got here today? Let's have a look. No comments yet. So let me know where you're from and where you're joining us and that kind of thing. I'd love to see you. So these are the cards that are with it, but I thought we'd change it up and we're going to make some other cards. Now, in the pack, you also get these amazing envelopes, which are coordinated color-wise and things. So we've lost it now, but this one will go with that last one I just showed you. I would say this probably goes with that. What's the other envelope? Or maybe that goes with that because of the yellow, actually. Yeah, that goes with that. And then this one must go with our fireworks, which is here. Yeah. Okay. So envelopes are included as well. So it makes it nice and easy. So you can make all 9 cards exactly the same, change up the sentiment if you want, or vary it slightly and just make them your standard style card. I'm going to change it up with some different folds and things. So let's have a look. So we'll put these to the side so we can look at them. Now, I have seen a couple of creations and wrote down on a piece of paper people's names, and now I can't find it. Well, there's the other bit we need. Get these out for later. Okay, there's our fireworks. Get that out. Stamping dimension. Here was our little embellishments. They're on the other side. We can put in. All right, so stamps, get ourselves organized. What was I going to do first? So I need the card base for the window. So we're going to have that one. And I know what I want to do, but I've just got to, I'm going to bring in, let's see if I've got the name of the people. I'll have to write in the comments. Oh, here we go. So this one to do with, I'm going to have a scenery at the back. I don't know how she's done her background, maybe sponging. I'm going to use the paper that is from that Scenic Coast. Have you seen these papers? So this is going to be the view outside the window. So choose one of these. So I'm thinking this one here would be quite nice. Or that one. Oh, now I can't decide. So imagine you've got your window. And we'll get rid of the fireworks for now. You have that scene outside. Wouldn't that look amazing? And you can, I don't know, keep these and use them for something. You could stamp on them and use them up. Okay. So what I'm going to do, oh, should we go for the purpley one like that or this one? Let me know what you think. Should we go with the one that's got the blue or the one that's got the pinks and purples? Cool. All right, I'm seeing some comments now. Andrea, hi, great to see you. I know you've messaged me, so I haven't replied yet. I had busy day with work yesterday and a class this morning, and now I'm live, but I'll get back to you. What do you reckon? Blue or purple? Let me know. We'll see what you think. So I saw a card by Laura Siki. She hadn't used this paper, but she had created a scene in the background, and I thought, oh, let's use this paper. All right, so what I'm going to do is work out exactly where I want it. So let's try. Is that going to look weird with the water? No, maybe not. Karen says blue and Sue says blue, and I like blue, so I'm going with that. Now, ideally, if I have a pencil here and I don't, I'm going to have to use my Vivid, which is not ideal, but anyway. I'm just going to do a couple of dots and work out roughly where I want to cut. Usually I'd use a pencil, and I'm going to cut slightly in on those. And I'll show you what we're going to do. All right, so we want it slightly either the same size or smaller. What's the width? Let's check. Is it 5 1/4? Okay, so we'll go with 4 1/4. Sorry, 4 1/4. 4 1/4. And then we need our lights for later. Keep those safe. So you could put anything behind your window. And then I believe this is 5 1/2. All right, let's see how that looks. Was that cool? Look at that. Isn't that amazing? And then what we're going to do is we're going to stamp a couple of boats as well. So this particular suite has got a stamp set, if I can find stamps I brought out. This one here, and it's got a couple of boats in here. Now, because, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a shimmery paper, and it's got shimmer on it. It's shiny, and it's not going to stamp easily. So I'm going to use, hopefully I brought it out, my StazOn ink pad. Yeah, I can't see it. Is it here? If not, we might have to add our boats later. We can always stamp it later. I've had to bring things from one room into the other, and I'll probably find it later. So what I was thinking I would do is kind of, I can always stamp it afterwards, stamp a couple of boats in the background, which would look really nice. So some people say pink, blue, some people say pink and purple. Yeah, it does look like that in the morning. Anyway, so we're going to stick that on, and then we're going to find a card base for that. So I'm going to get some tear and tape. So just to change it up from the original one, which was that lanterns, okay? So we're just going to change it to more of a scenery. So I'm going to put some tear and tape around the 4 sides, and I'll show you a little trick to help you line it up with tear and tape as well. Hopefully I'll remember to do it. So let's do the 4 lines. I like glue myself because you've got a bit of wiggle room, but you can get a bit of wiggle room with tape if you do this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll take off this end here, but not pull it all off. We'll take, I should use my, we're going to just fold it back, then go over to this corner, same thing, and fold it back. Then move around to this corner and pull it back and hold it. And then the last one, so the whole thing isn't sticky, it's only a little bit sticky in the corners. So what you can do is line it up and place it, and you've got a little bit of a chance to wiggle it like so. Oops, and see, it's poking through there. I'm not happy with that. So hopefully it's not stuck down. I can adjust it. Hopefully I've cut it enough. Okay, am I happy with that? I've got nothing showing through, right? So then when I'm happy with it, I can push down those corners, and all I do is pull, pull, pull. Oh, I lost this one, and this one's folded back, and pull. Isn't that cool? You can line it up. All right, so now we need to decide what card base color. Don't know if that's too dark. Probably purple would be quite nice, but I don't have a purple with me here, so we might just have to go for nicer navy for now. And I personally quite like a border on things. Now, our cards are a little bit narrower, so what I'm actually going to do is trim a little bit off each end. So how can I do this? Because this is wider than our cards. I'm just going to have to go for it and estimate. So what I'll do is I'll line up the inside of the window with that. How much is that cutting off? Yeah, hopefully it's not too much. Maybe we'll go in a little bit and hope for the best. It is 2 layers, so we'll just cut through that. Brilliant. I'm going to flip it around this way, and hopefully I can, what did I do there? Line it up, and it's the same. Just have a quick, yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, now that looks pretty even. Yay. And it's going to be about 10. Perfect. So now I can use my standard size card. It's going to be a bit shorter, but we will make that work. So this is half of an A4. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. I'm extremely pleased with that. Wasn't quite sure how it was going to go. I sort of had a little play without sticking anything down before the live, but you never quite know. I love that. I wish you could get dies with that window. Wouldn't that be amazing? So many possibilities with that. Love that. So I'd stamp a couple of boats in the background, but I'll do that afterwards. And then I should find my windowsill, which looks like this. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment. So we've got wishing you happiness. We've got time to celebrate, you're invited. Well, the time to celebrate won't fit. Or you might have other sentiments. Just having a little look at what we had last month, but they won't quite work. What would be, if you want a birthday one, is Simply Said it's got a nice big happy birthday, which I could put across there and put that on. And then with my boats, that would be a really nice card. And then what I tend to do is to tie it in with my piece on the inside, except we've got to get rid of that dot. Let's get rid of, oh, we'll just use another bit. I'm going to, on a piece of white, so we'll just cut a thin strip and make it 14.3. So we'll put this, just pretend this is a white piece because I haven't got one. And then we'll put that on. And that would be the not messy like that. And that'll be the inside of the card. So I'll finish that off, and we'll put a sentiment there. But do you like that? Cool. Now the other idea I had, we'll see if this is going to work or not, is using the fireworks one. So we're just going to use half of it. So I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'll adjust the size. Probably need to make it a little bit shorter, but we'll just cut it in half to start with. So we could use that for another card. And I've got all sorts of bits here. Did you see my photo earlier in the week of what my desk looks like after a live? Very messy. Okay. I had everything here, but things get moved around. Oh, here we go. So I've got here a Melon Mumbo card base, because that was one of the colours. And I'm going to kind of make this like this into an easel card with my fireworks. Kind of like that. So let's see how that looks. So we're going to adhere that to this, and then this to that. So we need to trim this down to fit our card. So that is 10 centimeters by 14.85. So we're going to make this 14 point. Oh, it's a little bit less anyway. So we'll go with this that much around. So I might actually mark it with my pencil I don't have. Just, I've got a pen. This is better. Just estimate. Let's see what that is. It's probably like 9.5 or something. Oh no, 10. Okay, we're going with 10. Let's see how that looks. And that's 10.5. Okay, so when we put it on the card front, it'll be like this, and then it will pop up onto an easel card. Brilliant. Okay, so you can do lots of fun things. I'm going to sit down because my back is hurting and I usually stand up when I do lives. Okay, so let's design this piece here and put this on with dimensionals. Now there was another person, Rachel Merrick, I think. I've got no idea where she's from. And she came up with an easel card, different to mine, but I saw the easel card and the fireworks and thought, yep, that's a great idea. And then I've sort of come up with my own variation. So let's, I'm gluing, sorry, I'm a glue girl, much faster than tape. So we're going to glue that on. What are you, a glue or a tape person? Now we're only going to adhere it on this bottom part, like so. We're basically going to line it up like that. So it looks like a normal card, but then it will stand up. Cool. We're going to add our fireworks sort of in the middle, and maybe we can have our little sentiment out there. So let's put some dimensionals on, and adds that, yeah, nice sort of raised bit to it. This is when I want my take your pick tool, but I think it's still next door from my class, so we will have to go with our fingernails, which I don't really have. I play piano, so my fingernails generally have to be kept short. Well, I teach piano. I play a little bit, but life is busy. Okay, where should we put it? About there. It's going to poke up a little bit, but that's fine. Okay, so we obviously need to stop our easel from falling down. So we need a white piece here, and I'm hoping I've brought some in, otherwise we're in trouble. And I've got lots next to me otherwise. Let's have a look. Do we want to border it, or maybe let's just try. We can decide if we want to or not. Just to kind of like so. Okay, where's our white? Here's my white. All right, that's a thick card base. Okay. All right, whoops, camera's moving. Oh dear, what have I done? Okay, finding a piece of white. Oh, here's a piece. It's gone on the floor. No, that's an envelope. Is this going to fit? I am still here. Yeah, that will fit. Okay. All right, so it's going to go like that. And I just kind of like that little bit of blue, bringing that color together. All right, cool. So we need a sentiment and we need something to stop it from falling down. So how many of you have made an easel card before? Oh, we could actually stamp something on here too. And I should stamp before I adhere, but you know, racing along here. So who's got this kit? Whoops. Anyone subscribe to Paper Pumpkin and getting your kits? It's very exciting to get this lovely red, orange, whatever color you want to call it, box in the mail and see what's inside. Oh, I didn't include this one, did I? Maybe we could do it like that. Let's do that. That works, and then we can have our sentiment over there. So rather than the top, we're going to do it at the side. So we'll put a couple of dimensionals on the back. There we go. We'll have the fireworks at the side. Brilliant. Okay, so let's use our time to celebrate. Oh, the other thing I was going to say, with my window was these are the birds from the retreat one, and I could stamp those on them too. All right. Okay, so finding one of these, so we could kind of have this here, and then we'll have some other fireworks around it. So let's use the time to celebrate. And see, there are the fireworks as well. Let's use that in our inside, but we also need to obviously stand it up. So I'll use the block. And where's my ink spot? Here it is. So Misty Moonlight, lovely colour. And we'll stamp out time to celebrate. I'm a bit worried about ink on that side. Guess what? I brought my mat today. There it is. That looks pretty good. Oh, look at that. So I think what do? Keep it down, and then we'll have some fireworks either side. So I'm looking for more fireworks die cuts that we have from our kit. You really don't want to see my... okay, having a look in the box. I'll show you that card in a minute. They were here because I've shown them to you. No, it's only a big one. Okay. I pushed it out and put it aside, didn't I, to keep it? I'm looking for these, but not having much luck. Okay, I'm going to move. I've got all the spare card, depending on what colour I want it. So I'm going to move that all out the way and hopefully find my die cut pieces. All right. Okay, it's not... Oh, here's one. Got one. There is more, but I'll have to find them. So let's kind of say we'll put that there, and then we'll put that one like that sort of thing. And maybe if we find another one, we'll put it up there. So I'm just going to adhere this flat. So I'm using glue because it's quicker. There we go. Time to celebrate. I do want to see it. And then we'll put this here. So another dimensional. Move that out the way. I'm not a very tidy crafter, am I? I cannot... Oh, here they are. I put the dimensionals on the floor too. All right. But yeah, I'm having fun creating something, alternatives for this. But if you're short on time and you just want to make the cards as is, then go for it. Which way? Like that, I think. We'll do that there. Cool. And then I can put in the center of that one my silver. And then I'll add another one later when I find some more. Actually, what I was going to do was put those here. I might just borrow this one for now to keep my easel open. I'm just going to twist it to get off. There we go. Because we need to keep our easel open, right? And it needs to be raised. So one there and one there, and then I'll put one there. Cool. And then we can stamp a couple of fireworks as well. Where's that stamp gone? Here. So we'll do it like up in the air. I like it. What do you reckon? I had a semi-plan, but I was kind of going to see how it went as we go. Sorry, I forgot my arm in it. There we go. That's cool. 2 or 3. We'll do the 2 sides. And then maybe one in the middle. So there are the stamps that go with it too, and then I'll put another one there when I find it. And you can get coordinating dies as well that I know there's a fireworks. So I don't have those handy, but you could always die cut some fireworks and things on it too. Awesome, look at that. Or maybe it cuts out these ones, maybe something like that. So there, let's put our lid on. Let's be safe. So I've shown with you 2 cards that I've made using the kit. So let's just have a quick recap of the originals and what I've made. And I've got one more sample to show you that I've done. Okay, 1, 2, and where's the third example? Here. Okay, so card number This one here with the windows. It's cool, eh? Wishing you happiness. And then my variation is this unfinished one, but with the scenery. I'm going to put a sentiment on there. I'm going to put a couple of boats, and I am borrowing the birds from the lakeside retreat to stamp up there as well. I think that will look really cool with my StazOn. There is the hybrid ink pad that's new, but I haven't used that. So I'm sticking to my StazOn at the moment because of that shimmer of the paper. So that was card 1. Then this was the fireworks one, like this, and a bit of sparkle added to it. I've changed it up and I have made this easel card, and obviously I've added a bit of extra cardstock with my melon mumbo, and then a little bit of framing with the Night of Navy. So that's cool that you can celebrate. You can always put something in there, happy birthday or something as well. Then the last one is, it's this invitation one with the lights and things. So this is what I've done. I'm not making this with you, but I'll just show you an example of what I have done. So I decided, I like that image. I'm probably going to put a sentiment or something here. I haven't decided yet. And it is a gatefold card. Like so. And then I can put some lights or something inside as well. I'll have a look at the stamps. There you go. So the original 3, 1, 2, 3. The original cards. And then my alternatives, my stepped up ones, a different scenery, my easel card, and then my gatefold card. So there you go. Yeah, so which is your favorite? So out of the originals, which is your favorite? And then these ones, which is your favorite? I think when this is finished, this one might be my favorite. So I see a comment from Joanne who says, wondering how we could make the windows with the arches dies. Yeah, that could be quite cool if you had a big arch for the outside and then a small arch and then somehow cutting some rectangles out. That could be interesting, but I love the little window idea. So that might be worth thinking about. So I haven't had a chance to read a lot of comments today because I've been busy creating, but I'll have a look. So if you're watching this later, then feel free to comment. Let me know where you're from, which cards you're enjoying. Sorry, you don't get to choose which colors I chose because, you know, we've already done it. But hopefully you're inspired. Now, if you haven't got Paper Pumpkin, but you're wondering about it, you can subscribe. So you get this box each month. You can sign up and pay as you go each month, or you can do like a 3-month subscription, 6 or 12. So it's $56 per month, including shipping. And remember, so you've got your 9 cards, you've got your stamp set, you've got your ink spot, so you can keep using these as well. And you've got all your cards and envelopes, and you can make the 9 cards, or you can even expand it if you've got some extra card stock and make more cards, which is really cool. So if you can't get this kit, you'll be able to get refill kits later, but you can subscribe for the June kit, which is called Bikes and Blossoms. If you check out my blog, there's some posts about it and a slight sneak peek of what it's going to look like. So you can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. There's lots of great reasons to subscribe because it's an all-inclusive kit. You don't need to buy lots of other extra things. It's got everything you need to make the cards. They're great gifts as well. The shipping's included, engaging community. There are Facebook groups that you can join and share different creations you've made. And obviously you can get together with people and create too. You prepay, there's different options, month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. You get access, if you're subscribing, then you get access to the past kits and refills. So at the moment we can only buy refill kits, but I believe a couple of months later, if kits are still available, you can buy complete kits, but don't quote me on that because it is new. There's add-on products. Like I said, there's that die that you can get, and then you earn stamping rewards with it as well. So, yeah, and if you check out the Stamping Up Facebook page, they show you the cards and that kind of thing as well. So if you've got any questions or you'd like to join and check out and get the June one. If you subscribe now, you'll pay now, and then it won't be sent until the 11th of June. And then going forward, you'll be charged each month on the 11th of June, and then it's when it gets shipped. Now, if you've also been wondering, would you like to join and become a demonstrator? The month of May is an awesome time to do that because you get some extra freebies. Any time is a great time to join because of the perks, the discount, the community, all those kind of things. But join in May and you get the 5 in-color ink pads, the new magnetic ink pads, which is great. You get those for free on top of your starter kit. It costs $189, and you will get to choose up to $285 worth of products, plus you get these ink pads free. Now, if you've already got the ink pads or you don't need them or want them, you can choose an extra $80 onto your kit, so you get a bit extra. But these are worth $135. So if you want the ink pads, go for it. It's a great time to get it. And the other thing I'll share with you, which I have shared about before in my walk through the catalogue and other things, is my paper share. So I've had several groups that have filled up so far, and so those papers have arrived over the weekend. I'll start cutting and sorting those. But if you are interested, I'm looking at a new group. Now, these prices aren't quite correct. There is one paper that has been so popular that it's out of stock, and it unfortunately will be out of stock until July. So if you've already paid and you've got your paper share, you're fine. I've ordered for those, we're good. But anyone else signing up for now, at the moment, this one, the Moonlit Flora, is not available. So I'm taking that out of the share. It won't be available till July. When it is, then I'll offer it again, that particular as an individual kind of share. But you can still get all the other wonderful papers. So there are lots of awesome papers. If you have a look, I've got to find it. On pages 63, you get a quarter share basically of each of these amazing papers, except for this one, including that, but not the in colors. So check out my blog. I've updated the new prices on there. It's, I think, about $7 cheaper because it's one paper less. But I need a full group before it goes ahead. So if I've only got one person, it won't. If I've got the 4, then I can order it and it'll go ahead. So if you've been wondering about, well, which papers do I like, here's a great way to get a sample of them. And you can use them for all sorts of occasions. This one here is velvety. You feel it and it's cool to touch. And you get this cool paper too. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for your time today. So remember, if you're interested in signing up, get in contact with me and you can ask questions and I can share more, or you can go straight online and join under me. I'd love you to join my team. I've got lots of demos in different places all over New Zealand, and we get together on Zoom and Facebook and connect and things that way. So I've had fun with this month's paper pumpkin kit. Here's my cards that I've made, a few alternatives. So lots of fun. So if you're wondering about paper pumpkin, why not subscribe, give it a go, check it out, see what it's like, and get the June kit. Awesome. Oh, Natalie says she enjoys my paper shares. That's great. Yep. I say I enjoy doing them. Sometimes when I'm cutting, it's like, oh my goodness, it takes a bit of time. But I am glad that it's a great way of giving people a sample of different papers to, try and share. And in the end, it's worth all the effort because I know people do appreciate it and like it. Cool. All right, let's finish up. Where are we? Cool. So thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you being here for my live. Please comment. Please let me know if you got any questions and I can help in any way. Otherwise, I'll see you next week for next week's live. And if you are on YouTube, please subscribe so you get notified of my lives and things, and join my newsletter as well. And you'll be kept up to date with lots more. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.